So imagine before you're born, it's pretty much predestined that you would die alone. Like, you ain't gonna never have no man. That's pretty much the premise of this movie.
Dun it, dun it. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it.
I like that. It's going to be my new theme song.
Dun it, Batman.
So in the very beginning of the story, the aunties are telling their nieces about their great grandma or great aunt or whoever she is, who she was a town hoe. She was sleeping around with everybody, man. And so sleeping around pretty much got her caught up. You know, the women was tired of it. Like, I want my man to come home to eat his porridge and not be out with this little slut, you know? And so they wanted to hang her. Now, being the witch that she was able to get out of that situation. But she ended up exiled from the community. And she went on the beach. She was building her own little house, crying because she a baby mama that is now subject to the single life. You know, this is what you get when you messing with people, man. So nobody felt bad for her. I didn't feel bad for her. Like, girl, you asked for this, you know. She's crying. She's, you know, speaking all this stuff over herself. She's speaking this stuff over herself while she's pregnant. And she's like, I never want to fall in love again. I never want to be with nobody else. I just want to be by myself. Now, truthfully, I don't think that she thought about this. I don't think that she thought about the fact that she is powerful and she was carrying a child, and that may have an effect on said child and their kids and their kids and their grandkids and their other kids. She didn't think about all that, right? But that's what happened. So she cursed her whole lineage to never find love, never have this happiness within, you know, a relationship. This is what's important about transference of energy. Like, you have to be careful, because now you got a whole family just mad. You mad, the mama mad, the grandmama mad, everybody mad. Everybody mad. Hey, I've been kidding. Of course they mow the lawn. Why would they be mowing the lawn while I'm recording? Because that's how this happens. This is what works. So one of the little girls, the niece, Sally, she's like, I am not about to be like y'all. I am not about to live this life. I'm gonna make my own spell. And this spell is gonna be so outrageous that I would never find this man. This is the only man that I will ever be able to love. But he doesn't exist, right? He has one green eye, one blue. Now, when I was younger, I thought that was like really clever of her, because I'm like, who has one green eye and one blue? But I didn't know that actually existed. But she didn't know either. She came up with this potion to say, the spell to say, you know, I don't want to be a bitter baby mama crying on the beach. I want to live a good life. So she puts that spell out into the world. The girls get older, Sally and Jill. Now, Jill is the opposite of Sally. Jill is for the streets. Very much like her grandma or her auntie or whoever that was. But, you know, she's wild and free or whatever. She wants to get out of the house. She's like, I hate this city, hate this town. She wanted to be where everybody met. Well, at the time, she just wanted to date this one guy. And she was like, oh, we're going to get married and we love each other. You know, the thing that we all say. You know, Sally's like, well, you're going off. Like, I feel like I'm not going to ever see you again. She's like, we're sisters, we're blood. We like this. You know what I'm saying? So they do the little blood oath. And, of course, they don't see each other for years. Like, girl, who you kidding? So, like, I know you get around. I know you are men crazy. You care about these boys outside. Like, I am not going to ever see you again because you're going to be out in these streets. She was very much so unimpressed with the blood oath, but she went along with it. So the years are going by. Meanwhile, Sally she wants to stay with the aunt. She wants to stay close to home. She really don't want to be out like that. She wants to just live her boring day-to-day life. you know, very much so like myself. I like to be in the house. Do not bother me. But her aunts, of course, want her to be in love. They want her to be happy. And this is the thing about that, because people assume, I'm not just talking to somebody about this, people assume that just because you're alone, that you're not happy. That doesn't mean you're not happy. You know, you find happiness is within yourself, okay? You don't need to be attached to somebody. Be happy within yourself. And then you find somebody and you be happy with them. They add to the happiness, but they are not the happiness. Listen to me when I say this. Anyways, what was I saying? I'm looking at my notes. Because y'all think I be playing when I say I got notes? I got notes. What happened? Oh, so the aunts, you know, they came up with this little plan to set her up with someone by making her fall in love and making him fall in love with her. In theory, this would have been nice, right? Picking a person that no matter what loves you and you love them. The problem is that it's not real, right? It's never going to be real. It's never, even if she didn't find out about it. Who is driving by? Okay, I need my tea. So like, hold on. I hope this tea not hot because I do not want to burn my tongue. Wait, I'm scared. Hold on. Okay, so it's peppermint tea. Put a little bit of honey in it. The problem is it's never gonna be real. So even if she didn't find out about the spell, it's like, as the aunties, wouldn't you feel bad for imposing this on her? Because this is a made up reality, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into it. I don't know. So everything's going good. Sally is living her life. She had 2 beautiful baby girls, one redhead, one brunette, which her sister's a redhead and she's a brunette, which I love that when like genetics are passed down from like the siblings to the kids. I think that's cute. Yeah, so she's living her life. She's happy. And then, you know, tragedy strikes. Now, I forgot what the bug was called. What is the bug called? It's a bug that's called something. I don't feel like looking at it. Anyways, but there's this ticking bug that makes this little noise whenever a man that one of these women love is about to die. And she hears it. And she's just bawling her eyes out. She's trying to find the bug. She's trying to make it stop. And when it stops, that's when she knows her man is gone. Now, this is the part of the movie where I'm just like, because, and I'm side-eyeing Sally, because, okay, let's say you didn't know that the aunts put the spell on you, right? But you knew about the curse. You knew that whatever man you loved, he was gonna end up dead. So why would you even entertain it? You just killed him. You killed him. You killed him. You killed him. You killed him. Your love killed him. You literally killed him because you loved him. Like, if I was her and I fell in love, there's no way I would have been with him. I would have to love you from a distance. Like, it would have to be real. But wait, is it the love or is it the relationship? I think if she fall in love anyways, but I feel like as soon as you start to like him, that's when you should have left. That's when you should have left. Don't even let it get to love. That's how you solve it. Don't let it get to love. Because when you let it get to love, you a killer. It's like, I don't know how else to explain it. You did it on purpose at this point. You wanted him to die. Now your kids ain't got no daddy. Anytime I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the levels on this microphone. Yeah, so that's the part in the movie I was just like, okay, whatever. So then, of course, we find out that she didn't even know that this was a spell. You know, the auntie's like, oh, we didn't know that you were actually gonna love him. She like, yeah, what did you think? I had 2 of this man's kids. What, you thought I was just playing? And they're just like, oh, well, you know, we're so sorry that you have to deal with this. And this is why you need to mind your own business. This is why people need to just let people be. Like, if I say I don't want no relationship, leave it alone. Leave it alone, because now look at what you did. Dang. Now she ain't got no husband. The kids ain't got no daddy. She probably was a stay-at-home mom. She ain't got no job. She can't pay her bills. Now she got to move in with the aunties. 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. Meanwhile, Jilly over there messing with this man who wants some if I can't have you, no one else can type energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can't even go to the bathroom without him. Oh, let's go together. If you don't back up, I'm going to pee. Actually, I'm going to do number 2. You want to come in there with me? I didn't think so. Back up. She can't even use the bathroom without him just being right there. She slips him a little happiness. That's what I'm gonna call it for the sake of this video. She slips him a little happiness in his drink so that she can go see her sister. You know, checking in on her sister. Her husband just died, and so she wants to be there for her. And they have this very beautiful sister moment. Like, you can tell that this is how they were as kids. Like, you know, she's laying in the bed with her. They're under the cover. You know, just interacting with each other, loving on each other, and it's pretty cool to see that dynamic between adult sisters. You know, I love that. And then even over the years, in each other's absence, they've written letters to each other to keep in touch. Even though there's phones. Like, they have phones in the house, but they write letters to each other. I don't think that is such a act of love to write a letter to somebody. Because, you know, you sitting down, you getting out the piece of paper and a pen, you writing it, you putting it in the, first of all, you going to the store to get an envelope. Who has envelopes? Who has stamps? I'm not buying no stamps unless I really want to, you know, I'm not buying no stamps. Why am I buying stamps? So I just thought that was a sweet addition to their bond, you know. And it speaks to distance not being a factor. To really loving somebody and really having that connection. Just because there's distance doesn't mean that it's not there, you know. So I thought that was cool too. I have to stop looking. Now I'm looking, because I'm looking over here and I'm looking over here. This interface needs to go because it's distracting me. I'm drinking tea and my throat start clogging up. And I know that they still have phones because the phone rings one night and it's Jilly. And Sally already knows that it's Jilly, and she's making a phone call that you can see coming a mile away. That man then put his hands on her. So now Sally I'm on my way. I'm coming to get you. It's 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees. So then, you know, Sally, she come get her. Jilly told her, oh, this happened and that happened. Oh my God, I need my necklace and and so, girl, get in this car and let's go. So Jilly, she has to get whatever item that she left behind. She goes in the car that she shares with, what's his name? What's the guy name? Jimmy. She goes to the car. Jimmy is in the backseat of the car. He pulls her in. Now Sally what's taking you so long? She goes over there and she sees that they're in the car. So she's like, oh my God. And he's like, get in, drive. Right? So now they're on this journey to wherever. The plan that they come up with is to give him a little happiness in his drink. It's called Belladonna. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. But they give him a little bit too much. And he ends up being unalived, right? At this point, you would think you would be hysterical. Screaming, crying, losing your head. They're a little bit too calm for me. You know, Sally brings up, oh, Jill, I have kids. You know, I can't go down for this, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, girl, you just killed somebody. Why is you not freaking out? I feel like this happened before. You know why? Because Jill is a little bit too out there. Now, granted, they hadn't seen each other in years, but she ain't just start turning up when they wasn't seeing each other. Jilly always been kind of out there. So from the teenage years when you first started liking boys, they probably off a couple little boys. I would not be surprised because they a little too calm. The energy was too calm. Let me say that. Like, the things that they were saying, yes. You have kids, just like, oh my God, I can't believe you did it. I can't, why did you give him so much or whatever? I get that. But the energy was like, they did this before. And not to mention, if I was Sally, I would have threw Jilly under the bus so fast. Like, girl, this your boyfriend. I told you, you need to not be with these losers anyways. So I'm throwing you under the bus. So they take him home and bring out the old spell book. And I can't say that I fought them for this, because if I had a way of getting out of unaliving someone by bringing them back to life, I would have done the same thing. However, the thing that I don't understand is that, what's her name? What's the girl name? What's her name? Who was it? Sally. Sally is like, okay, they knew about the spell from when they were kids. So she's like, the aunts never used this spell because whenever you use it, the person comes back as a dark entity. Like, they don't come back as a regular person. It comes back as like a monster, right? And then Jilly's like, well, he's already, on the deep end. He's already dark and scary and monster-like. So what else can he be? Duh, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna be worse than what it was. Imagine what's about to come. She didn't want to hear that. They decide to bring him back to life. But when he comes back to life, as soon as he opened his eyes, he ready to finish the mission. Like, the last time I was with you guys, I was about to off you and you. So guess what? This is what's about to go down. He doesn't get to finish the mission because Sally hits him in the head with the pot. This is the other thing that happens that I don't quite understand. Especially them being witches and knowing about energy and knowing about how all of that works. Who is mowing the lawn? Like, right outside the window. Is that a lawnmower or somebody's? What is that? That's not a lawnmower. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a machine. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna keep talking. If you guys hear that, then just like, let's just act like it's not happening, This is what I was getting at. They bury him on the property. Now, let's say they did it for convenience, right? But you got your kids living there. This is your auntie's. This is their house. This is not your house. And you bury this man in the front yard. Or backyard. Wherever it was at, right? My tea is going to be so cold. Hold on. It's still a little bit, it's like lukewarm. That energy will haunt you. He's gonna haunt you. He's gonna haunt somebody in that house because it's too close. The proximity is too close. Like, why would you do that? So they think that their job is done with burying him, right? Ooh, my leg's hurting from sitting like this. Ow, ooh, that crack. Yeah, I heard that crack. You heard the crack? Lord Jesus. I've been sitting like this. I've been recording this for 40 minutes now. Yeah. I'm gonna need a massage. Okay. The aunties come home, kids come home, everybody's happy to see Jilly. And they're sitting around the table, calling each other hoes and old hacks. The truth comes out when you're drinking. So that's what they was talking about, being hoes and old hacks. But then Sally notices that the bottle looks very familiar. The bottle that they're drinking from, that is. And she's like, where did you get this? And the aunties say somebody left it on the porch. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not drinking some random bottle that was on my porch. I don't care how bad I want to have a good night and I don't have anything in the refrigerator. I will conjure up a spell. I will make hooch in the toilet before I drink from some random bottle. Like, what? I don't understand. I don't get that. The movie completely lost me with that one. Because who does that? Well, if you're an alcoholic, maybe the aunts are alcoholics. That could be. You know what? We're just gonna say they're alcoholics. That's why they was drinking from that random bottle on the porch. If the bottle's there, then where's the man? You know, they buried everything. So Sally is just like, oh my God. Jilly is just like, oh my God. And the aunts are like, okay, what's going on? Now, this is the other part that I don't understand. Why did Sally and Jilly not tell the aunts what happened? Oh, we're just gonna handle it ourselves. We're gonna deal with it. No. Your aunties are very much so ride or die. So if you had an issue like this, they got you. They probably would have just stopped this whole movie right in its tracks. Or they could have had some type of obstacle with the spell or something after this. But it's like, I would have told my auntie, like, okay, so we killed this man because he hit Jilly. And so I had to. So can you help us? You know, I would really just laid it on thick. Like, this is what happened. I need some help. Okay, so what happened next? Oh, so because they refused to tell the aunties what's going on, the aunts are like, okay, well, since you don't want to tell us, we're going to leave you to your own devices for you to handle it on your own. Which I completely agree because, girl, I'm not about to stick around, not know what's going on, and now I'm caught up in something. Bye. But now it's them and it's the kids, and they dealing with this man who's probably walking around, or they don't know what's going on. They just know that somehow he's back. That is confirmed because the little redhead says, hey, mommy, I'm not going outside because that man is over there by the rose bush. Sally like, what man? Like, the man, he's right there. He's right there. And, you know, she goes to the window. She don't see nobody. So this, again, your child is saying she sees some strange man outside. You know, you just off this man and you say what? Oh, let's just go to school. Like, what? You're gonna keep going like nothing's going on? Pack up and leave. Granted, he can follow you. Or do some type of spell, a protection spell, at least over your kids. Now, the aunties did leave them like a piece of the rope that the great grandma or whoever she had to protect them, because they like, your mama and your auntie did something, so we about to protect y'all. But as the mom, don't you want to get your kids out of here? Like, don't you want to protect? Like, don't you want to do something a little bit extra? I don't know. Something. She don't do nothing at all. Now, the cop comes to investigate. Cop name is Mr. Hallett. Gary Hallett. That's his name. So he's like, okay, you know, I just wanted to check in on this situation with Jimmy because, you know, he's been missing. And I know his girlfriend is here. What's going on? Sally starts malfunctioning. Like, she can't talk. She can't look at him. She can't do nothing. Which confuses me because it looked like he got two blue eyes. It don't look like he got a green and a blue eye. But, you know, maybe that was a production thing where they forgot to make it look green and blue the whole entire film. Yeah, he is the embodiment of her spell that she made as a young girl. So the cop comes over for breakfast, and the little girls, Sally's daughters, they read her spell that she made, and they start picking up on different aspects. Like, okay, he can flip the pancakes, you know, like this is the guy that mom wanted when she was a kid. So Aunt Jilly is like, well, I don't care who this guy is, he not about to stay around here and find out what happened. So she came up with this little potion to put, my God. Jilly don't want the guy to stay around. I think this video is going to be like 20 minutes long, but it's been recording for an hour. But Mr. Hallett, he kind of picks up on the fact that it's something fishy going on. Like, he already talked to the townspeople. They're like, yeah, they're witches and all this other stuff. And then he gets to the house, and now the kids are pouring out this syrup to go in the pancakes that he's gonna pour in his pancakes. Like, he's like, okay, what's going on here? Like, you need to get a lawyer. So then he leaves, and Sally's like, you know, I just can't do this anymore. I need to tell the truth. I don't want to lie to him. And Jilly's like, well, why don't you want to lie to him? Just lie. This is our life. You talking about I don't want to lie. She's like, I just don't want to lie to him. Like, I've been wanting to tell the truth since I've seen this man. And I really feel like she put in her spell like she didn't want to lie to him or something. Because why would she not want to lie? Lying will save your life. So she catches up to him on foot, even though he left like 20 minutes before her. But, you know, whatever. Movie magic. What is all that noise outside my window? She lightweight tells him, you know, what she did. She's like, you know, if that was the case and if this happens, and he's just like, okay, you need to get a lawyer because I can't help you with it. But he wants to help her out. He feels a connection to her. And then in the midst of them talking about murder, they start making out. Now, it could be the love potion or whatever, but it's like, if that was, I'm gonna be like, you need to back up because I don't know you like that. Why are you kissing me right now? I am confessing to confessing. You know, maybe it was the love spell. I don't know. We get back to the house. Things are looking kind of ghostish. It's very Patrick Swayze. Somehow, Jimmy finds his way embodying Jill, right? His spirit is in her. Physically, the body is not there, but his spirit is definitely there because he is aggressive. Well, she's aggressive. She's saying things that he said, like, oh, he was like, I'm really into sisters right now. You know, just being nasty. Seeing that, Sally was just like, okay, clearly this is not my sister and we need to figure out what's going on. In the nick of time, the aunties come back and they're like, okay, what's going on? We was just, you know, they knew something was off. They knew something was going on. They tried to hurry up and get back home so they could help. Somewhere in there, I don't recall when, but somewhere in there, Gary comes back to talk to Sally. And he's like, you know, he knows that he's drawn to her, but he doesn't know why. And she's like, you know, the reason why you're here and you don't know why is because I sent for you, right? And she tells him about the spell. You know, you can tell that he believes it, but he's kind of still like taken aback a little bit. But then when he walks off, he's like, you know, I wish for you. And she's like, oh my God, yeah. You know, which is it's cute. Who wouldn't want that? Wanting someone and wishing for someone and putting it out into the world. Like, this is the guy I want. And then the guy wants you. But it wasn't like this love story. So I wasn't really like, oh my God, their love. It was like, all of this is fake. All of this is love spells. None of it is real. You don't love him. He don't love you. You didn't love your husband. So the aunties arrive, like I said, and they're like, we need to do a coven. Like, we need like 9, 12 women so that we can banish him out of Jilly's body, right? And just banish him, period. Sally calls up the PTA, all these women who don't even like her or want to be around her. But now they're like, oh yeah, we're curious to know what's going on, so we're gonna come. It's just like, y'all despise this woman, but now y'all want to come over her house? Okay. But the thing that really gets me about this scene, they start playing this happy-go-lucky music while the women are getting prepared for this exorcism. Like, this is what you're about to do, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And it's like, excuse me, this is not the music for this. Why are we playing this music? It doesn't make any sense, but you know what? Whatever. So they're performing the exorcism, right? But it's not working. So Sally has this bright idea to call on the liquor in order to get, I was about to say Gary, what's his name? Jimmy. In order to get Jimmy to arise, right? It's like, alcoholics really be fiending because you a whole ghost and you still want this alcohol. It works, you know. He evaporates. Jilly is fine. Gary closes the case. And, you know, they do their witch thing. They fly off the roof. And, yeah, that's the end of the story. And I think she ended it with, oh, it did circle back to the auntie, the great grandma. Is it an auntie or a great grandma? she circles back to her and she's like, can love go back in time to heal a broken heart? And I wrote that down because I thought that was pretty profound. She was talking about the love of her family, you know, the love that she and her sister share, the love that she shares between the aunts and the kids, and this curse that's now broken because she's in love with her spellbound, you know, person, Gary, right? And she's like, having all this love circulating, can it heal the past traumas of our family? And I thought that was pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, can love go back and heal broken hearts? That's a thought. That's a thought. Anyways, they're getting on my nerves with this beeping noise outside. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, put a bunny in a chat so that I know you watched the whole video. Also, clearly, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, then you know that this video is not like any other video on this channel so far, right? Because you can see my face. Now, the decision to come on camera did not come lightly. I did not want to be on camera because I'm very much so, I'm so to myself. I like to be in the background and I don't like that much attention, and you know, like, give me attention but don't give me too much, but make sure you pay attention to me, you know, like that's how I am. So just putting my face out there is kind of a lot for me. But also I noticed that I was not progressing. Like every time I had so many ideas as far as what I want to do content wise, and I was not moving forward with any of it. Some of it because of personal stuff in my life that's been going on in the past couple of years that's been kind of crazy for me. And the other is just me getting in my own way, you know, and not having the drive, because I'm like, you know, I don't want to keep doing the same thing. I want to be innovative and just not really fully tapping into my creative mind, right? Which I have a very creative imagination. Always have. But I was like, you know what? I need to do something different. If I'm going to come back, if I'm going to do this channel, if I'm going to continue putting out content, I need to have a different approach. And so that's why you see my face. Now, will I continue to do the voiceovers? Yes, because I do enjoy doing voiceovers. But also, the louder I talk, the louder this gets. I don't know if y'all can really hear it, so I might be looking crazy talking about background noise. I might actually try to edit it out so that, or try to like denoise it or something. But what was I saying? Oh, also, I just wanted to see if I can get content out faster, because another thing that was holding me back was just knowing how long it takes me between videos. Even creating my videos, you know, I'm watching, I'm taking notes, I'm typing notes, I'm writing out what I want to say, you know, the whole script of it. I am sitting there reading it on you know, my microphone, recording it. Then I go back and I listen and I edit the audio, and then I go and I find the clips, and the clips are the most tedious part, right? Because with YouTube and its copyright, you have to be very specific in the way that you edit those, right? And so it's just like, when I say it's time consuming, you know, big shout out to anybody who's been doing this longer than I, and have, you know, just stuck with it because it's a lot. It can be a lot. And then I told you guys that I started back working a regular 9-to-5 job, after the whole 2020 era. I started back 2 years ago working 9-to-5, and so I'm still doing that now, which I don't want to be doing that too much longer. So I'm like, I need to really find a way to put out more content faster. And this was kind of my middle ground. As you can see, it's not a fancy set. I'm in my room, and it's kind of old school YouTube. Nothing fancy, just me sitting down talking. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think of this style video. And like I said, I'm not gonna be done with regular voiceover videos. I'm just kind of doing my thug dizzle with this. Also, I want to know, circling back to the movie, I want to know, have you seen Practical Magic? What did you think about the film? I didn't really critique it too much because it's a fun film. This is one of those movies you sit back, you have a slice of pizza. It's very much a pizza movie, popcorn, nothing too deep. And yeah, it's just something fun. And now my dog is barking. Pumpkin! Pumpkin! Okay, so I'm gonna go now because everything is irritating me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit like and hop on over to that subscribe button and hit the bell. Otherwise, YouTube will never show you my videos. And when I say that, I'm so serious, because think about how many people you're subscribed to and you never know when they're uploading. And I know that YouTube plays around with the subscription thing, but please turn on your notifications because I don't post that often. So when I post, I want you guys to know when I post, Thank you for watching. That's all for now. As always, I'm all ears. Until next time, bye. Many nights we pray with no proof anyone could hear. I don't know where that came from. I think because I'm like, now I'm standing here. Okay. So what happened with Jimmy? I scribbled these notes in here because I didn't feel like typing. So I go, back and forth between typing and writing. I can't even read my own handwriting. Can't even read my own handwriting. Okay. Zaga zaga za. Wherever I got no money, she is still my honey. Oh my God, I can't. Like right outside the window. Right outside the window. They just don't keep bringing whatever that thing is over here. Like, keep bringing it over here. For what? How many more pages in that? Almost done. Now I'm standing here. What's the next sentence in that song? Many nights we pray. I can't even blame it on having a microphone in front of me, because I'm not recording on my microphone right now. but I often sing when I do. Very badly, but singing nonetheless. All right, so